If you enjoy wine, but are tired of struggling with manual corkscrews or broken corks, an electric wine opener can make opening bottles effortless and more enjoyable. With just the press of a button, these openers remove the cork cleanly and quickly, which is perfect for dinners, gatherings, or everyday use. In this top 3, I tested electric wine openers in real situations to see which ones are the easiest to use, the most reliable, and truly worth having at home. In the third place, I tested the Secura electric wine opener extensively over multiple weeks on a wide variety of bottles, including standard everyday wines, tighter synthetic corks, and a few older natural corks. And overall, the experience is very straightforward and beginner-friendly. From the first use, it is clear that this opener is designed for simplicity, since you just place it straight on the bottle, press the button, and let the motor do the work without needing strength or technique, which makes it especially useful during dinners, parties, or for people who regularly open several bottles in a row. The cork extraction is generally smooth and consistent, and in most cases, the cork comes out cleanly without breaking or crumbling. The stainless steel finish gives it a modern and slightly premium look that fits well on a kitchen counter or bar area, and the size is compact enough to store easily without taking much space. The rechargeable battery is another strong point, because it avoids disposable batteries, and in my tests, a single charge was enough to open many bottles before needing to recharge again, which makes it practical for regular use. However, there are also some real drawbacks that showed up during testing, and should be mentioned honestly. The motor can sometimes struggle with very old, dry, or unusually tight corks, where the extraction feels slower or requires repositioning the opener for a second attempt. The noise level is clearly audible, and while it is not excessively loud, it is still noticeable in a quiet room, especially late in the evening. And in terms of long-term reliability, there is a concern that the battery performance may degrade over time if the opener is left unused for long periods or not recharged periodically, with some users also reporting durability issues after months of use. Despite these limitations, my conclusion after hands-on testing is that the Secura electric wine opener does exactly what it promises for its price range. It removes the effort and frustration from opening wine bottles and delivers a smooth, user-friendly experience for everyday wine drinkers. It is not designed for collectors dealing with very old or fragile corks, but for casual use, regular dinners, and anyone looking for convenience and ease. It remains a solid, practical, and affordable electric wine opener that gets the job done reliably most of the time. Secondly, I tested the Muku electric wine opener with charging base over several weeks, and it quickly stood out as a very complete and well-designed all-in-one solution for wine lovers who want simplicity without sacrificing style. The first thing that impressed me was the charging base, which is not just a stand, but a real docking station that keeps the opener powered, organized, and always within reach, making it ideal for a kitchen counter or home bar. In daily use, the opening process is extremely straightforward, since you just place it on the bottle, press the button, and the cork is removed smoothly in a few seconds with almost no effort, which is perfect for dinners or gatherings, where you do not want to struggle with a manual opener. I also tested it on different types of corks, including natural and synthetic ones, and in most cases the extraction was clean and consistent. The included 2-in-1 aerator and pourer is more than a gimmick because it genuinely improves the flow and aroma of the wine, while also preventing drips. And the vacuum stoppers are a nice bonus that allow you to preserve opened bottles for several days, which adds real everyday value to the set. Battery performance during my testing was solid, since I was able to open many bottles before needing to recharge, and the convenience of simply placing it back on the base makes charging effortless. However, this product is not without drawbacks, as I did encounter situations where the cork got stuck inside the opener, which can be frustrating, especially when guests are waiting, and requires manually reversing or gently shaking it to release the cork. There are also mixed experiences regarding long-term reliability, with some users reporting that the charging base or battery can lose efficiency after a few months. And while the materials look premium, the internal durability may not match much more expensive professional models. Taking everything into account, my conclusion is that the Muku electric wine opener is an excellent choice for anyone looking for a stylish, gift-ready, and highly convenient wine opening experience that goes beyond a basic opener. And while it may not be perfect in terms of long-term robustness, it delivers strong performance, great presentation, and everyday practicality that will satisfy most home users and casual wine enthusiasts. And to finish, first of all, this electric wine opener gift set is clearly the most complete and satisfying option I tested, because it does not feel like a simple gadget, but rather a full wine ritual packed into one elegant box. Starting with the electric opener itself, which removes corks smoothly in a few seconds with a steady motion and very little effort, even when dealing with longer natural corks. And during my tests, it felt well balanced in the hand with a reassuring grip that makes it easy to use for anyone, including people who struggle with traditional corkscrews. The stainless steel body adds a premium touch and looks genuinely good on a countertop or table. The foil cutter works cleanly without tearing the capsule, which avoids messy edges. And the aerator is not just a gimmick, because on young red wines, you can immediately notice a softer mouthfeel and better aromas after pouring. The vacuum stopper is another strong point, since it actually keeps wine fresh for several days, which I verified by tasting the same bottle over time. However, there are also drawbacks that are important to mention for a fair review. The full set takes more space than a basic opener, so it may not be ideal for small kitchens or minimalist setups. The aerator can drip slightly if you pour too fast, which means you need to be a bit careful when serving. The opener motor can sometimes hesitate on very dry or crumbly corks, which may require repositioning and a second press. And the battery life is correct, but not outstanding, so heavy users will need to remember to recharge it regularly. Despite these points, the overall experience remains very positive because everything feels coherent and well thought out, from usability to presentation, and it truly enhances the wine moment rather than just opening the bottle. In conclusion, after testing this set in everyday use, as well as during dinners with guests, I can say it is an excellent choice for anyone who wants comfort, style, and practicality in one product. And it stands out as a premium option that makes opening, serving, and preserving wine easier and more enjoyable, while also being a strong gift idea that feels valuable and complete, rather than basic or disposable. To wrap up this top 3 electric wine openers, each model I tested has its own strengths, depending on what you are really looking for, whether it is simplicity, speed, or a more complete wine experience. What matters most is choosing an opener that fits your habits, how often you open bottles, and whether you value convenience, design, or extra accessories. All 3 options make opening wine easier than a manual corkscrew, but the best choice will always be the one that matches your lifestyle. If you are interested in the product, the link is in the description. But above all, subscribe to not miss the next videos. See you soon.